It's far too early in the morning. Get that in me, and it's time to hit the road. Got something new to show you. It's an exciting day. Let's go. Yes! Ladies and gents, I have purchased a, if you don't know what the hype's about, I've purchased a Vauxhall Vivaro. It's a 2011 plate, and the idea behind it is to convert it into a, into a camper van. It's kitted out a little bit inside as a camper, but I can't sit up in it. So the dude who designed this obviously didn't have much of a clue, but either way, I'm happy with it. So today I'm just going to show you basically around it. There is going to be, I did announce in the new year that something new is going to be happening this year. I'll still be doing the wild camping, that's for sure. But yeah, I want to sort of get out in this a little bit as well. So I have given myself a bit of a time frame to complete it, but if it's not done, I'm not going to rush. I'm still going to use it. Today though is literally just going to be showing you around, and I've got some mechanical work to do on it. So being an ex-Volkswagen tech, I know my way around an engine, a vehicle body, suspension, chassis, etc. So I've got a service to do on it. I've got a bottom ball joint to do on it. Yeah, I'm chuffed to buggery with it. Anyway, I'm off to go and meet my dad. He's got us down where we used to keep all of our racing cars. It's a big hangar, and there's ramps and that in there, so it'll just make life a lot easier for me, especially with it being -2 outside already today. But this thing's been running, it's lovely and warm. Anyway, let's crack on, shall we? Right, just checked in with the old man. Let's get up the hanger and let's get started on getting this thing mechanically sound. So the first thing that caught my eye when I picked the van up was the mileage that's on it. 172,000. Partial service history. Now, when I come to do an oil change on something like this, I always ensure that I use a good quality oil. I know a lot of people, when they go into garages, they don't really like paying a lot. Coming from the garage trade, I know what customers kind of want. They want things cheap, they want the cheapest, and yeah, I get it. But when you've got something on this mileage and you're not sure of the service history, etc., it's always good to give it a good fighting chance. So in this oil change, I'm going to be using Castrol Edge with fluid titanium. So yeah, oil change, bottom ball joint. I've just found as well the horn's not working, which it was when I picked it up, and also the radio and the interior light aren't working. Now normally, from my experience on the vans, those two are normally kind of on a same circuit type of thing, so they might share a fuse. So I'm going to check that later on, but the first thing I want to do is yeah, get the oil change done. And I've just had a thought, because the Vauxhall Vivaro is pretty much, it's Renault basically, they're kind of built in the same factory. Renault's used to use a weird type of drain plug in a square, and I forgot my drain plug sockets. Right, let's crack on. All right, Mon.
I do, mate.
Radio and interior light now working. Culprit, as expected, 10 amp fuse. Right, on to the next. So these Vauxhalls and Renaults have a weird sump plug, they're like a square shape, which is just one of them. I just flattened it off. As you can see now, I'm taking a look around the underside of the vehicle. All suspension components were absolutely top notch. The sills, on the inner sills, on the underside, the floor pan, it was all perfect. There was just a slight bit of surface rust, which you'd get with any vehicle really, but everything else, there was no severe structural damage or corrosion. So all in all, chuffed to buggery with the underside of the vehicle. So here's the choice of oil I've opted for. Castrol Edge with fluid titanium, 530 long life. Approved oil for this vehicle, 7.7 litres. Let's get it in. That's the service all complete. Now, I'm not going to bore you with all the mechanical work I'm doing. It's time for me to do the bottom ball joint. And then, yeah, I'll take you for a wander round. Can't be left alone for 2 minutes. Who the fucking hell turns up? A Shropshire lad! That's the ball joint all done. Pollen filter fitted. Oil's all checked. Let's crack on. So I'm just on with the valeting side of things now. It's little things like this. You might not be able to see, but just little bits of dirt and that just need coming away, rubbing away. Things like the heater vent here is a little bit bust, but I ain't so much fussed on little things like that. You see there's one missing. I am using this stuff and I can highly recommend it. It's something that the valeting company at VW used to use. And it's called Dash Bright Pink. You can use it on all trims, all different types of surfaces, but do not use on a steering wheel grip or foot pedals. Right, let's carry on. Let's get finished. Okay, so that's me all done now. I've done a little bit of a valet in the front, nothing much. It's got quite cold in that hanger, so yeah, I'll probably leave it for another day. But just so you can have a look inside, this is what it's like. So when you're actually sat on here, your head, so you can probably gather it's not going to be the highest of vans. Anyway, the seat needs to be lowered, and this can still, the roof can raise up to another 1.5 to 2 inches, I reckon. So you can see there's a big gap just here as well. So yeah, this is going to get ripped out. That's one of my plans. And yeah, we'll just see how we get on with it, I think, and see what the crack is. So there we go, that's my 2011 Vauxhall Vivaro long wheelbase. Stay with me, I've got plenty more to do on it, as you can see, starting with gutting the whole rear out there and then doing my own stamp on it. But anyway, thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Don't look.